Hello guys, and of course welcome back to yet another video. It's 2022, it's February. That's just for reference purpose as well. Yesterday this is what we went through. We placed a bet and I'm so sad. The reason why I'm so sad, it's because I hate red, but I mean, look at this. Okay, this was yesterday. As we normally do, we're gonna just go back and see what is the reason of this loss. I even made two tickets here, same tickets, because I wanted to place 20 bucks. I thought this is in the bag, but guess what? Statistics disappointed us again. But let's go through so that we can see this match. We're gonna be very quick because most of these are straightforward. For instance, this Altrecht versus it's a Netherlands team versus this Herve. What? Look at this, guys. This was the head-to-head stats. Look at this. I told you we're gonna bet, and when we bet, we're gonna use the highest stat. You know what I mean? The highest statistics, and we did. We followed it. We didn't get greedy or whatever. We followed the highest statistics that is there. You know, the highest statistics which is available in terms of percentages. And we did also use our calculator, if you remember very clear when we were placing that bet, for those who placed the bet anyway. And you look at this. Here, this was the highest stat, this 9 out of 10, because that's 90%. So these teams were meant to be both teams to score, and guess what? It was both teams to score. We chose it, and it was a yes, and it was nice. And then let's start now from the bottom. I want to end with this nonsense team. This, don't know why I didn't listen to my conscience, but nevertheless. And Napoli, let's just jump to Napoli versus Lazio. We pick up the number of bookings. We said there will be a lot of yellow cards, or rather bookings, not only yellow cards. There will be more than 4. There will be more than 4 bookings. And there's that match, Lazio. There's Lazio. And look at this. Just look at this, guys. If you look clearly here, according to head-to-head stats, it was this one. We had to choose this one. Why? Because it was 5 out of 5. It was 100% that this is going to happen. There was no doubt about it. It was 100%. It was proven here on stats. We were supposed to choose the highest in number, and this was the highest, because this one was 80%, this first team to score. When these two teams meet, Napoli always score first. So it also happened also because Napoli scored first, but nevertheless we choose what's supposed to be there. You know, what's the highest in number. We choose what is the highest percentage according to the stats. You know, in this case it was this one, and it was a good one because there were a lot of cards in this match. Let's not even go there. There were a lot of cards in this match, so let's not even go there. And then draw or Lille. Look at this one now. Just look at this one. Look at this one. Lille or draw. How did we came to that? Let me just quickly go there. Lille versus Olympique Lyon. Yeah, versus Olympique Lyon. Look at this. Straight to head-to-head stats. There was no head-to-head stats. I mean, there was head-to-head stats, but it was very, 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 very limited. You can see there's only 2 options here. And this one is very clear because this option, you just go to corners and click less than 10.5 corners, and then it's a boom. And look at that. There was less than 10.5 corners, you know. But I said, let's choose this, even though that many people see this as not an option to bet, as it is not easy as this one. Because this one, you go to Hollywood app, you just go to less than 10.5. You just go to total number of corners and then choose this. You know, it's quite an easy stat. But with this, it just says no losses for Lille about 4 times. You know, I mean, what does that even mean? It means that when these two teams meet, recently about 4 games, or rather about 4 times, Lille didn't lose against this team. So I said to you, that's a statistic. You know, when they say no losses, it means that when they meet this team, if you check properly, just look before, just ignore this match. Look at this. It was a draw. Lille won. Okay, Lille won here 3-2. Lille again here, it was a draw. Lille won here 1-0. It was a draw here 2-2. Lille won here 1-0. Lille draw here 2-2. Draw here 2-2. draw here 2-2. Lille, you see all of these matches, look at how many, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, can even go further, man, can even go further. You see, Lille. So I told you after looking at this that, nah, man, this is a statistic, this thing. When it says no losses, it simply means that Lille didn't lose when they meet this team. They hardly lose when they meet this team. So for you to take this now, this statistic, as a betting option, what you must do, you must just say Lille plus draw. That's a statistic. Lille plus draw. And it's even proven here that Lille is winning most of these matches. So just go look at that. Lille plus draw, even though I was so surprised with the odds, but I'm like, it's a statistic. So why not? We chose it. Eh? And then now let's go to Venezuela. This team, Estudiantes Deportiva Chatira. Let's go to that. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Okay, now here, matches. When I was looking at this, according to head-to-head stats, at least here, even though it's an unknown league, you know, it's these weak leagues, but still there was something to bet from. So these were the statistics: without clean sheet, or less than 2.5 goals, or first to score. As usual, as you know, when we have a lot of stats like this, you always choose one that is, you know, higher in percentages. As we've seen here, this one is 5 out of 7, so that's probably less than 80%. This one is 8 out of 9. That's about 80 something percent. So this one is the highest according to stats. So we chose this one, and it happened. This team, Deportivo Táchira, scored first, and it was a win. You know, there we go. It was a win. And then we go to Ecuador. Home team, we chose here home team. There will be no clean sheet for home team. Okay, so let's see, how did we chose that? There we go. Just go to quickly matches. If you check properly here, just check nice here, you've seen this is the only head-to-head stat they have. There is nothing else. It's only this one. So we have no choice but to choose this one. But question is, how did I came up to this one? Because look, without clean sheet, is it something that we can bet on? Yes, it's an option. It's there on Hollywood. It's an option, so you can bet it. It says that when these two teams meet, this Gualacio versus Cumbaya FC, when these two teams meet, this Gualacio always concede. And you can check here, according to these head-to-head stats of games, that Cumbaya have won four matches, and this one have won only one when these two meet. So Cumbaya is an advantage here. So this statistic is true when they say that this team concedes. Check at this. Cumbaya won here, meaning Gualacio have conceded a goal. Look at this, Gualacio, even though Gualacio wins when they meet this team, also they have their wins, but still they concede. It's a statistic. Even here, okay, here in this case, Cumbaya won, which means automatically Gualacio have conceded a goal. Even here, they lost 1-0, Gualacio, so they conceded a goal. Even here, and the reason why now I said, look, that's a statistic. And it's not a vague statistic, meaning that it's not like we have few matches to choose from. Look at the frequency of these matches: 2021, 2021, 2021, 2021. Look at the frequency of these matches are so, are so good, meaning that it's also certifying that we must choose this option, that clean sheet, because it's an option. Out of all of these meetings, look how recent these are. Yeah? On March, on June, on July, on September, these are so frequent. These teams meet a lot of times, so that statistics is confirmed now that it's a good statistic to choose, unlike cases whereby you'll be like, okay, this is the only statistic that is here, so now do we choose it because it's not an option of betting on Hollywood and all of that. This one, we chose it. We said that this Gualacio will concede, so we said there's no clean sheet for Gualacio. They will concede. And we said no clean sheet, and it was a good one. Boom, there's a statistics, and we won. And it was a good one, but now there's the fuck up thing. And I hate to lose with a team with so small odds. Can you see now why I always divert from this statistic? I like stats, but I always divert sometimes by saying, nah, I'm gonna go with this one with higher odds. because I hate losing with small odds. Look at this team, nonsense team from Romania. Let's just go have a look. Where is this team now? There it is. I don't even understand. Look at the standings, just roughly standings. We always do that. Look at that. That team is there. It's challenging for the league, man. And then it's beaten by a useless. Damn it. I don't understand this. Look at these head-to-head stats. This was the only head-to-head stats that was available. Look at this. Look at this, how vague this thing is. I don't know why we didn't notice that, but guess what? Without clean sheet, this one, it didn't happen because this nonsense team didn't even score. So I told you guys here when we saw these teams, I said this thing saying no losses, it simply means that this team, when they meet this Faro what, you know, this FCB, when they meet this Faro what, they hardly lose. You see, they hardly lose. But I mean, you know what? You know why this was very vague, guys? This was very vague. I don't know why. We always learn when we meet these things. Listen, this is the learning curve here. Listen, look at this. When did this match happen? 2008. Is this recent? No, it's not. It's not the same as this match. Look at this. Where's this Kumbaya versus? We've just mentioned something about frequency here because that's what I always say to you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's very recent. There's 2021, 2021, 2021, 2022. Look at this. The pattern, it's very recent. You don't see a match here for 2008 or 2011 season. And we've just said, so this statistic now, this statistic makes sense, you know, even if that statistics of no losses for Kumbaya was here, we were going to choose it. We were going to say Kumbaya plus draw because it makes sense out of their previous meetings. It's so recent. But this nonsense, I don't know why we were sleeping, guys. These are the things that you must pick up when we're placing a ticket. When you're checking this analysis and you're placing your own ticket, these are the things that you must pick up. You know, if I didn't pick it up, because I always preach this, but guess what? Just when it's important, I didn't pick it up. See, we were blinded by money here. Look at this. I always say, take this statistic from the recent season, rather say 2020 instead. Because why? 2020 teams, players that are available on that team, I'm sure they are still there and that team is still strong. You know what I mean? Instead of, look at this season, 2008. So that means let's take this one out. Even this one is 2009. So let's take this one out. Meaning that you only have, before this match, you only have just one match to choose from. We were blinded by this thing, man. This thing, it says 3. It's also including that nonsense, you know, statistics from 2008 and 2009. So that means we're supposed to discard these 2 matches and only focus here. So if our focus was here, we were going to say, one match is not good enough to give us a statistic. One match is not a statistic, guys. It's never a statistic. But now at least we can see that it is a statistic, you know. So one match is never a statistic, guys. Never, ever. One match will never be a statistic. We were supposed to abandon this match. We're not supposed to bet this ticket. I mean this team. Even if we took this thing out, it was not going to make a major difference in terms of odds. You see, it was going to be odds of 12 as it was odds of 14. It was going to take this thing to 12. And then we're going to win. But guys, we all, you know, now we lose as a team, because you never picked this thing up. I hope when you did your bet, you picked this thing up. Because I always preach these things. But now it's a pity that I preach something that I didn't practice. Damn. But nevertheless, it's a loss and we soldier on, guys. Always, guys, pick these things up. I can only do so much. You must pick these things up, guys. You know, never, ever just follow blindly. Follow blindly is going to hurt you, guys. And yeah, it's a loss. And you can see the account is getting down and down. We need to pick up. We need to win at least 400, at least, or maybe 500 in this week. So I will come back with another ticket we're going to analyze and hopefully we're going to win. But guys, don't follow blindly. Pick these things up. Don't just follow blindly. Follow statistics, guys. Don't just follow me. Follow me and statistics, but follow openly, not blindly. And then you will win.